before we get going, you in there. So I need you to do something for me. First, get out of full screen. All right. You see down there the subscribe. I want you to click that. All right. Good. And then right next to it, there's a bell. You see the options. You press the bell. Press the bell. Okay. Pick all. You got it? Good. All right. Let's go full screen again. Flywheel off and got the new one on. So depending on what bolts you get, if you wind up getting, you know, OEM style bolts or newer bolts, obviously you're gonna have to figure out what size that install. But once you're ready to put your flywheel on, first thing you want to do is you want to find the proper alignment for your bolt setup. You can't just throw it on and bolt it up. What you got to do is you got to find the proper alignment where you can see all of the threads for each spot evenly. And then you want to use your star pattern to tighten it down. So what the torque specifications for this is going to be, it is 44 foot-pounds, okay? And then an additional 90 degrees after that. So you see I've marked all of my bolt heads with some white paint, white pen. So then once I torque them down, then I will be able to know where my 90 degrees is. So for me, these are that part. I'm gonna wedge my pry bar here inside one of these teeth. It's not gonna do any damage. It's literally just used for starting the car. And then I will and then I'll be able to torque them down properly. All right, so let's get to it. So now the clutch disc is ready to go on. I have my alignment tool. Okay, so obviously flat piece is going to go in. You have the pilot end that's going to find its way into the shaft area. So this spline section will go in. You'll know it's right because you'll be able to turn it. Obviously, this sits flush. So now the next part is going to be on over top. So we're going to be doing the same thing. There's going to be a proper alignment that you have to find in order to make sure that you are set up correctly. You can't just throw it on, okay? So you have these pegs, 2, 3. Those pegs will let you know that you're lined up correctly, okay? Hey, peoples. So I finally got the clutch kit back together, torqued everything down with the cover plate. There were no torque specs, so I just did star pattern tightening all the way down, and then I took the torque bar and I gave it another like 10 foot-pounds just so that, you know, nothing would move. And yeah, we're done. So I've got work in the morning, so I'll probably get back to this in a couple days. Okay, guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to do something real quick. I won't be able to show you the trans install, but it's pretty much the reverse of you taking it out. If you have an extra set of hands to help you out with, that would be fantastic. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of areas to prepare before putting your transmission in. So first things first, this is the shift fork, okay? So the way you're seeing it right now, it's backwards, okay? So it's going to be facing this way. You're going to see this nub and the top nub facing outwards. And then this is the opening where your throw-up bearing is going to go. So the throw-up bearing is going to sit in there like so. And there are contact points where it snaps in on the back, okay? So you want to make sure these points are fully lubricated because it is gonna move, okay? So in the front, front, you have these metal contact points which you're going to lube up. You can use some silicone glide or just normal like anti-seize or any type of heat treated gel. So you're going to make those points, and then when you put it back on at the bottom, this is going to snap on. So that little ball right there at the bottom, that little red ball, that's where this is going to snap onto, and it's going to look like that. Okay. So, and then you're going to get some anti-seize lubricant in your spindles. All right. You're going to make sure that there's no debris inside your spindles. A little brushing off, and then you're going to throw some anti-seize lubricant on there, and that will help you in it sliding into your clutch. Okay, so like I said, it's going to take some time kind of maneuvering and lining this up to get it back in place. Take your time. Once you have it set up, if you have someone helping you out, then what you're going to do is you're going to have them with a 19 millimeter, okay, wrench, angled wrench or socket extension. You're going to have them turn the crank, all right, clockwise. And then these spindles should line up with the clutch and the trans casing should suck on in. Okay, if you do not have someone helping you, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Okay, so you got both transmission cups off, front and back. All right, and then you want to try and have this lined up as much as possible. Piece of wood on the jack stand, on the flat piece of the lower piece of the trans housing. Lift it straight up as you can. And you're going to try and kind of walk it on, okay? Once you have it in place, kind of same thing. You want to turn the crank a little bit, come back, and then see if you can kind of like wiggle it on. Once you do that, come back. You get like a bolt or an extension. Put it through where your starter bolts go and into the trans housing to help keep it lined up, because the aluminum doesn't like to be messed around with too much. All right. Hello. So we have done it. Joe came over, helped me out, gave me a second pair of eyes and hands, and we got the trans back into the Mk4 green VW Jetta.
Nice.
So, like I mentioned before, definitely need an extra set of hands and eyes. Once Joe got over here, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
5 minutes. Once I had the help of somebody, you know, obviously working together, talking to each other. But like a retard, I still tried to do it by myself, and the trans almost fell on my head. Taking it out, one-man job. Putting it back in, at least for the transfer housing, two-man job. So now that we've gotten everything back in, now it's just putting everything back in the way you took it out. I hope you kept track of it, because I'm not going through this again. Wrench Daily.